Alright, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakodash.
Double honor to the elders and apostles of great millstone and rule well. Salutation to the Akim preaching the truth to the four corners of the earth in sincerity. Is brother Yakal here, alongside brother Ayman. You know, coming to edify, Lord will be edifying. We were looking at a video, right, where a pilot saw a chariot, right, and he was explaining it, but we know they don't really like to come out and explain. But this pilot was explaining in detail, right, and he was explaining how it looked and how it was shaped like a triangle and all sorts of things. But the first thing came to mind, and brother quoted it, was the curse that going forth. Because we know to us it's going to be salvation, but to them it's going to be a curse, because them chariots coming with laser beams to strike fervent heat. The scripture mentioned it.
Correct.
Right, so we're going to see in Zechariah 5, and I'll read from 1. It says, Then I turned and lifted up my eyes, and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll, the length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then he said unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off, as on that side according to it. Right? And really and truly, when you understand it, where it said flying roll, the prophets are old, they can only explain to the best of their knowledge. We know now that it's not just a roll flying, but it was a chariot.
They had different sizes, different shapes, you know. So they just explaining to what they know in that time, you know. That's what going on there. But you know, as the scripture say, you know, it's a curse, alright, and as the curse are coming upon the whole earth, you know, Esau is going to get, you know, his judgment.
That's right.
By these things, you know.
Via the so-called UFOs, what they like to say.
Yeah.
You understand? They're going to be judged by that. Right? So that's why they're trying to let people think it's aliens, and oh, they have one of the aliens in Area 51, and they having a conversation with them, they lie. It's chariots of the Lord, and they can't intercept them, they can't get them to do what they want, they can't get them to submit, to agree, nothing. Right? So they basically frightened, they're terrified, and they don't want the world to go into panic. Right? So what they will do, they'll try to shut us up. That family, and the word soon come, but yeah, you actually see them talking about it more. Right? But I think that also is prophesied.
Because as the scripture say, in the book of Habakkuk, you know, everything is yet for a appointed time. You know, so the law is a reason why the Lord make these devils to hide everything from the public. You know, because it's only for a appointed time. Right? And this is the time that we are in right now.
We know this precept here in Psalm 68 and 17. It says, The chariots of the Lord are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them as in Sinai in the holy place. Right? Yeah, going into it, show you that the chariots are the Lord of thousands. It's many. That's why any given night, it could be after you just pray or after you just walk out in the yard. You understand? You will see a chariot flying. Because now, more so ever, in this time we live in, we see a lot of chariots.
Scripture also, the scripture also talk about bless the Lord and his angels that excel in strength. You know, I think that's Psalms 103. 103 and something.
Yeah, we have percent again.
You know, because the angels of the Lord, you know, they are spirits, you know, they are not flesh. As in the book of Isaiah chapter 31.
That's right.
You know, when you go down in it, you know, the soul is flesh.
Yeah, the scripture tell you that when they come to fight against the Lord,
yeah,
you see that you're going to be one realm against the next, and the realm them talking about is the spiritual against the physical, because the physical realm can't even comprehend or even see. 144. You know, they send a message to you, understand? The angels and them, they can't even see angels them right now unless they want to be seen. You understand? It's like Elisha and the young man, where he had to tell Elisha had to tell him, Lord, open the eyes that he see. And when the young man saw much chariots of fire and angels on the mountain, he realized that there be more with us than be with them. You understand? And that is why the scripture also say, look up for your redemption, draw it nigh. Because that is our redemption, but for them is a curse. Because it comes to zap. Right? In Luke 21 and 25 it says, and there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's heart feeling them for fear of fall, looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. So the way he was actually in the chariot, that's still can't be compared to the one that Yahushua coming on. You understand? Because the one that Yahushua coming on, they say that the prophet said that he couldn't see the end of it. You understand? And I'll get up because they describe a great mountain, right?
He fly upon it.
He was flying upon it. That was Yahushua, right? Get that real quick because this one is listening straight to the point. Second adjust 9:50. Right, this second adjust 9. I'll read from 4. It says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High speak of those things for the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world had a beginning and an end, the end is manifest. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings in effect and signs. Right? Let's see if I can get straight here. This is not the preserve that I wanted, but lining up. I'm using second adjust. I'm off 13. Second adjust 13. Right. This is it here. Second adjust 13. And I'll read from verse 6 straight to the point. It says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graven himself a great mountain and flew upon it. Right? That great mountain is talking about the chariot. Right? And because he flew upon it, Yahushua is going to be under our fathership, right? Then it says, but I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not, meaning that he couldn't see the end of it because it was so big. And for the longest while now, you see Esau coming out with news about they see now, it was a meteor was coming. And then they stop saying a meteor and they say, well, it could now be a UFO coming.
Yeah.
And it's very big. I think they say 9 miles or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
They say they saw some as big as buildings. You know, and that's small to compare to what Yahushua coming on.
That's right.
Because what he brother going into there, you know, where the prophet didn't see the end of it. It's like looking up to the skies. Picture the sky is blue, right? You cannot see the end of the blue sky. You know, that is what coming.
That is what coming. That's scary.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, for the men of the Lord who going to be suffering and having to be hiding, having to be treated by our enemy, having to be going through a lot, and then now see this chariot bless the sky is a wonderful feeling. Nobody could really, I can only say it, but you can't really express how the feeling going to be. Because the scriptures also say in the moment of a twinkling of an eye, your body is going to be changed from mortal to immortal. So it will be a great feeling.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. The scripture also talk about the Lord is going to come out of the waters up there.
Like the sky.
You know, like the sky up there. You know, where he saw this was space. Right? Up there is what? Is waters. Yeah.
And the water, the fountain on top and the fountain on the water. You understand? There's water. Like when they try to send the rockets it is like literally bounce off. It's common sense. You try to take an empty water bottle and put it under water and it's going to shoot back up. Force. So it's the same thing what they're doing when they're trying to go up.
Yeah. But they even do Slack, they even do show videos talking about the same kind of people speaking about the so-called aliens living under the sea also, because you see them going at the bottom.
Yeah,
so remember, everything is the Lord, when the Lord created the earth, right? He separated the waters from the waters. You know, so at the bottom of the sea, it have certain parts that they can't even pass either. Right? Look, 144. You know?
The Lord said that they could never discover this I don't want to say discover. I want to say they could never search out. That's what the Lord said. If they can't even search out how much hair they have on their head.
No.
They can't search out how much green and sand at all. They can't search the heavens. They can't search the sea. They say that they discovered 5% of the sea. You understand? But they don't know. If you don't know the proper size or something, how you would know that you discover 5%? You understand? So he's already actually fooling himself. He's fooling himself thinking he gonna win this war, fooling himself thinking he's gonna be able to fool the people for life. When the scriptures say that the covering cast is gonna be removed. And that covering cast is all the lies and deception. You understand? We see it easily moving right now via the prophets preaching and on every platform, and you know, and we like waking up. But he so really thinks still that he's gonna, the scripture says his house shall never be trodden now. A lot of 144. You understand? So he heavy on the chariots right now, and heavy on these the next thing, the Lord regional standard, because all we can see happening right now is chaos. You understand? And we need it.
The Lord looking, Esau is looking to make a move now. That's why he's bringing up all these different things that he was hiding from before. He's looking to bring chaos, you know, on civil unrest, you know, civil war, all these things he's looking to bring.
See what I get up for you know, city. Getting one of them talk about this one. This Job 5 and 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And we know that going back to their plans, right? So he disappointed their plans, so that they cannot perform their enterprise. All that they think they was gonna do. But even when the Lord returned, because the scripture said they were afraid, but that's fight. So even when they thought that they was gonna win against the Lord, when he returned, they're wrong. He's gonna disappoint that. He's gonna disappoint the control that they want to have over the RFID. They will have a certain amount in it, but the amount that they're looking for, that new world order, ain't gonna come via that. It's gonna come via the Lord coming and returning. Right? And I'll bring this precept here and I'll close it to Daniel 12. This is Daniel 12 chapter, and I'll read from 1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation. So the Lord is going to have to send the Archangel Michael for the children of Israel, for his people, his elect 144,000, because they're going to need it. They're going to need that supernatural help. Right? And it says, was a nation even to that same time, and at that time the people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. So, who's written in the Lamb Book of Life is going to be delivered. And everybody else is going to be destroyed. And everybody and the other party is going to be slain. So, we need the Lord to return with them chariots, with the bodies, healing in his wings. We need it. You understand? So, this is another quick lesson. We're not going to do the curse that coming. Right? And the Lord's going to do a part 2. So, Shalom. I say, Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Makarakodash, Governor City Elders and Apostles of Great Minister and Web, salutation to the Yakim, to the Truth, to the Four Corners of the Sincerity. Shalom.